Something happened at the tail end of 2025. Most packaging CEOs missed it completely. They were busy with Q4 scrambles, holiday slowdowns, telling themselves things will pick up in January. But while they weren't paying attention, the ground shifted beneath them. AI crossed a threshold. Buyer behavior changed permanently. And every weakness in the old packaging sales model, weaknesses that companies had been getting away with for decades, got exposed all at once. It's January 2026, and I don't think most packaging CEOs have a clue what just happened. I'm David Marinak. I've been in the packaging industry for 35 years. And in the next 20 minutes, I'm going to walk you through the 11 weaknesses that just got exposed and why every day you wait to address them, the gap between you and your competitors gets wider. This isn't theory. This is not a prediction. This has already happened. Let's go. Now, what actually happened? Here's what's changed at the end of 2025. Buyers stopped searching the way they used to. They stopped Googling packaging suppliers near me. Now they're asking AI, who are the best contract packaging companies for nutraceuticals in the Midwest? Who are the best contract packaging companies, flexible suppliers with FDA compliance and less than a 4-week lead time? Show me pharmaceutical packaging companies with ISO 15378 certification. AI answers differently than Google. Google rewarded 3 things: keywords, backlinks, and ad spend. You could have a mediocre website and still show up if you paid enough or gamed the algorithm. AI rewards completely different things: trust, specificity, depth, proof. When AI looks at your website, it asks one question: do I trust this company enough to recommend them to a buyer? For 99% of packaging companies, the answer is no. And that's the shift. Buyers aren't calling you anymore because AI never put you on the shortlist. Now, part number 2, the great exposure. The shift to AI search didn't just change how buyers find suppliers. It exposed every weakness the packaging industry has been hiding for 25 years, all at once. Like turning on the lights in a room you thought was clean and realizing it's a disaster. Now, I'm going to walk you through 11 things that just got exposed. Now, I want you to ask yourself as we go through this list, is this happening at my company? Because if it is, you are bleeding opportunities every single day, and you don't even know it. Let's start. Weakness number 1, generic websites. For decades, packaging companies have hidden behind vanilla websites. We sell packaging, custom solutions for your needs, quality and service since 1987. Nobody said what they actually did. Nobody shared their specialities. Nobody published case studies or pricing guidance or detailed capability information. Why? Paranoia. If we tell people we're good at such and such, competitors will copy us. That paranoia worked when buyers had no choice but to call you and ask. When sales was about relationships and Rolodexes who you knew, that was then. Now, AI reads your generic website, finds nothing specific, and says, I can't recommend this company. I don't know what they do. The paranoia made you invisible. And invisible is now fatal. When a buyer asks AI for packaging suppliers, you're not in the answer. Not because you're not good enough, because AI has no idea what you actually do. Weakness number 2 is the old boy network selling. It's all about relationships. I've got a Rolodex that'll make your head spin. People buy from people they trust. And that's true. People do buy from people they trust. But here's what's changed. They build the short list of people before they call anyone. They ask AI. They ask and research online. They form opinions about who's credible and who's not before a single relationship enters the picture. If you're not on the short list, your relationships don't matter. Nobody is calling. The old boys who spent 25 years building networks are watching those networks dry up. Not because their relationships went bad, because the way buyers start the process has changed. They used to call you first and say, hey, I need packaging, who do you recommend? Now they ask ChatGPT. And if you're not in ChatGPT's answer, you don't exist. Weakness number 3, lazy and outdated business development people. They have been exposed. I recently reached out to a business development manager at a packaging company, offered to show him why buyers could not find his company online. His response? I'm good. So I ran the AI visibility report anyhow. His company's AI trust signal score, 58%, failing, like really failing. When buyers ask AI for suppliers in his space, his company doesn't exist. Here's the business development manager. His job is to develop business, and he just declined to even learn why buyers can't find him. This is not one person. This is 95% of the packaging industry. Business development managers who haven't learned new in a decade. Decline calls offering competitive intelligence. Post Pack Expo photos on LinkedIn and call it a strategy. Tell ownership things are picking up while the company bleeds opportunities they never knew existed. They're not lazy because they don't work hard. They're lazy because they stopped being curious. Key, they stopped learning. They stopped adapting. And now the gap between what they know and what they need to know is a canyon, one they have no interest in crossing. Weakness number 4, fat and happy distributor contracts. For years, packaging manufacturers can lean on distributor relationships. We don't need to market. We've got Veritiv. We've got Imperial Dade. We've got a network. Those contracts are ending or being squeezed or delivering a fraction of what they used to. Why? Because the distributors are facing the same shift. Their customers, your end users, are researching online before calling anyone. They're asking AI for recommendations. They're bypassing the distributor entirely and going direct to manufacturers who show up in search. The fat and happy days are over. If you can't be found directly, you're depending on a middleman who's losing their own visibility. That's not a strategy, that's a prayer. Weakness number 5, order taker salespeople. Somewhere along the way, packaging manufacturers stopped hiring hunters and started keeping order takers. Salespeople who wait for the phone to ring, process incoming requests, quote whatever lands on their desk without questioning whether it's the right business. They're not selling, they're administering. What happens when the phone stops ringing? When buyers are getting their shortlist from AI and your company isn't on them. The order taker has nothing to take. They're paying $85,000 a year for someone who can't create an opportunity. Only process one. And opportunities just stopped arriving because buyers aren't calling anymore. They're asking AI. So your order taker sits there waiting for the phone to ring that's never going to ring. Weakness number 6, cheap packaging of zero value to boost revenue. When you can't win on specialization, you compete on price. When you can't be found for what makes you unique, you chase commodity work. When visibility fails, volume becomes the strategy. So packaging companies started selling cheap, taking an order, any order, and racing to the bottom. At least it's revenue, they thought, except it's not. Not really. It's margin destruction. It's capacity consumed by work that does not pay the bills. It's the slow bleed that feels like survival, but it's actually suffocation. The trap. The companies that sold cheap to fill capacity are now trapped. They can't raise prices without losing volume. They can't invest in marketing because margins are gone, and they're stuck in a race to zero that they entered voluntarily. Weakness number 7, expensive trade shows. Pack Expo, Supply Side West, IPPE, whatever. $25,000 to $50,000 per show. Booth, travel, hotels, dinners, materials, lost productivity for the week. Qualified opportunities generated 0 to 2. Everyone knows this. Nobody says it out loud. The decision makers stopped coming years ago. They send their teams. They check the recap email. They don't walk aisles hoping to find a vendor. But packaging companies keep going. Why? Because it's what they've always done. Because the business development manager enjoys the trip. Because it feels like sales activity. The math just does not work. The return on investment math was always horrible. Now it's indefensible. and companies are starting to notice that $40,000 in Pack Expo spend produced nothing but LinkedIn photos. Weakness number 8, the waiting for the phone to ring. There was a time when packaging manufacturers could sit back and wait. Referrals came in. Repeat orders kept the lights on. The occasional trade show produced a lead or two. The phone rang. That time is over. The phone stopped ringing because buyers stopped calling anyone who isn't already on their AI shortlist. And the shortlist, again, is built by AI, based on who is visible, trustworthy, and the specific content they need. If you're waiting for the phone to ring, you're waiting for a world that no longer exists. The phone is not broken. The mechanism that made it ring is. Weakness number 9, quoting everything that moves. High quote volume, low close rate, endless activity, zero results. This is the state of packaging sales in 2026. Companies are drowning in quotes while starving for real sales. Why? Because when you're invisible to qualified buyers, you take whatever scraps fall on the floor. Unqualified leads, price shoppers, tire kickers, people who are never going to buy from you but needed 3 quotes for their spreadsheet. The time waste. Your sales team spends 60 to 70% of their time quoting and prospecting. Quoting work that won't close. Prospecting leads that won't convert. You're paying closing salaries for administrative work. Weakness number 10. Zero interest in competing against competitors. Ask the average packaging company, what are your competitors doing online? What content are they publishing? Where are they showing up in AI search? What keywords are they ranking for? They have no idea. Zero competitive intelligence. Zero awareness of the battlefield. Zero strategy beyond hope to get some orders. In what other business would this be acceptable? Imagine a football team that never watched film of their opponent. A military unit that never studied the enemy's position. A business that never looked at what the competitors were doing. That's the packaging industry. Flying blind, and they're proud of it. Just ask them. Weakness number 11, zero desire for excellence. Mediocrity is rewarded. This is the one that keeps me up at night. When did the packaging industry decide mediocre was good enough? When did "we've always done it this way" become an acceptable answer to why we aren't growing? When did we stop demanding excellence from our websites, from our content, from our salespeople, from our business development teams, from our marketing, from our strategy? Mediocrity is now the standard, and it's being rewarded. The business development manager who posts Pack Expo photos gets a pat on the back. The salesperson who quotes 40 jobs and closes 2 is quote-unquote working hard. The company with a generic website that says nothing is going nowhere. Nobody asks hard questions. Nobody measures real results. Nobody demands better. And then everyone wonders why sales are down. The question every packaging CEO needs to answer. Are you aware that all of this just got exposed? That's the shift. AI search just didn't change marketing. It shined a spotlight on every weakness your company has been hiding. That buyer has a new way of finding suppliers, and you're not in the answer. That your competitors, even the ones you think you're better than, might be figuring this out before you do. That every day you wait, the gap gets wider. Are you there? Are you aware? Are you aware? Or are you still telling yourself, it's the tariffs, it's the economy, it's the holidays, it's the season, it's the market, it's the winter, it's the weather? It's none of those things. It's the buyers changed how they search. And your company is invisible. Now, what happens now? Now, I've been in this business for 35 years. I've watched this industry evolve, resist, adapt, and survive. What happened in late 2025 is different. This isn't a market cycle. This isn't a recession. This isn't tariffs or politics or supply chain disruption. This is a permanent shift in how buyers find and choose suppliers. And every company in packaging will either adapt or they'll disappear. The companies that adapt will replace generic websites with specific, trust-building content. Replace old boy selling with AI visibility and educated inbound. Replace lazy business development managers with systems that actually generate opportunities. Replace distributors' dependence with direct-to-buyer relationships. Replace order takers with closers who work qualified leads. Replace margin-killing commodity work with specialized, high-value positioning. Replace expensive trade shows, theater with measurable lead gen. Replace waiting for the phone to ring with showing up where buyers search. Replacing high-volume quoting with qualified opportunities that actually have a chance to close. Replace ignorance of competitors with aggressive, competitive intelligence. And finally, replace mediocrity with relentless pursuit of excellence. The companies that don't adapt, there'll be case studies in this industry that show how they collapsed. The choice is yours. It's the end of January 2026. The excuses are gone. The holidays are over. The new year is here. Are you going to acknowledge what just happened, or are you going to spend another year pretending everything is fine while your company slowly becomes invisible? The seismic shift has already occurred. The ground has already moved. The only question is whether you're going to stand there and sink or start building on the new foundation. Your competitors are making that choice right now. What's yours? So if you want to know where you stand, I've created a free AI visibility assessment. I'll show you exactly how visible or invisible your company is when buyers search, what your AI trust score actually is, where you're showing up and where you're not. You can request it at davidmarinak.com. Here's my point. I hope you like this video. If you do like it, please share it. Please share it with your CEO. Share it with those that make decisions at your packaging company. If you like it, please subscribe. And again, let us know how we can help. Thanks.